Good morning, just 11:36, today 322. Okay, we've got busy stuff going on today. We've got the step being done. We've got electricians in the garage pulling in cable. We've got the carpenters actually putting in the 1.5 or 1.5 batons, whatever the word's going to be called for, onto the ceiling of the garage. Hopefully the labourers have finished off the front where they were digging out the actual the pipe. So I did have a bit of a moan today that we don't seem to complete anything. Yay! Done. And the guys are in the back actually finishing off the sump and the soakaway as well. Soakaway has to be done for planning approval. Sump is not a necessity. We're doing it because we actually want it done. The alarm box is actually being refitted in properly. I put it in temporarily. The guys are now going to feed it back through and fish it through the wall. So now we've actually only got a plug coming out the wall rather than the big cable hanging down. And as you can see, cables are being dragged through all the conduits on the floor, one for the driveway lights and two for the external power, etc. One for the lights outside, two internal garage, etc. So there's quite a bit being done inside. Let's go and have a quick look. So far, as much as there's nothing really exciting about a bit of turf, or a wannabe bit of turf should I say, we are now literally backfilled again. So we are back to where we should have been. The landscaper has been here today to have a quick look as well, so he's going to actually now put another couple of sprinkler fittings in, and he's also going to de-weed down here in the next couple of days. I'll also in the next couple of days get the guys to put this soil back against the wall. We dug that out to try and get the paint down as low as we could. I think we're pretty much ready to get it done. This still hasn't been done, which I need to talk to the guys about because I'm not too sure they've finished that. This young man is obviously doing the alarm at the back. All of the actual woodwork has been cut, it's now been installed. So we're going to start off on this wall here and every 24-inch centre all the way along. We're going to be over here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to come down and box this bit in the corner because this is going to be about a 4-inch pipe and we're doing 2-inch on the ceiling. So we're going to have a slight box in that corner, unfortunately, but it does mean that we're using a lot less wood. And it's not really about the money, I just don't want termites. So we're putting treated 2x4s plain down in half, which means it'll give us 1.5 inches. When you actually lay it down flat, it gives you 1.5 inches. You could go 1 3/4 if you use the cut edge, but sometimes the cut edge isn't flush. So using the planed edge, it means we get 1.5 all the way through, depending on whether the ceiling is level, obviously, which we know in and around here it isn't. So we are going to get a little bit of a bow in the roof there, unfortunately. That's life. Here we still haven't got this backfill, which I'm going to try and get done today. The good thing about that is that the gardener has just said he needs irrigation coming this way, so we'll put a 3/4 inch pipe through here as well and then take it around the outside, which means he'll have sprinkler in that corner, sprinkler in that corner, sprinkler in this corner, and he'll put one here, and hopefully 360 wise they should meet in the middle and cover the whole surface. And we'll probably put a little one in this corner as well to get that little bit. This man is doing the top step, doing a good job as well. So he's pulled a line all the way from one side to the other side as well over here to ensure this back bit's done, which is spot on. The doors haven't gone back on as yet because we've been rolling more paint in the garage. In fact, let me show you that. Obviously yesterday we had the beams and everything done, so there's still got me some more paint on the outside here. But here, this has been painted all the way along. This has all been painted in. So first few coats have gone on. Still got to cut it all around, obviously. And then take your, so you start talking, they start drilling. And then up on the patio edge, on the other side, they're obviously doing the other elements, which you won't be able to see from here. But the sump and the soakaway is obviously being dug out and finished off as we speak. Sorry about the wind. What? See, I told you it don't work. He's only been here 20 minutes and he stopped. He's having a break already. Typical electrician. The sump hole has had the framework inside built into it as well, look. So again, rather than literally pouring the whole thing or making it out of blocks, we'll just do it like that. I would have gone wider myself, you know, as in the same width here, probably lengthways, but all we need to do is make sure that that takes water and houses a pump. So that should be fine. We'll put like a little 45 degree on here, and then we'll connect the actual pump straight to it. The plumber from next door still hasn't sorted out the joint, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. We've had a blinding base put in, and obviously then we've got the rebar on top, so that's now ready to a certain extent to be poured. So I'm assuming the guys will be doing that very shortly. At the moment, I'm not too sure what they're up to. It looks like they're spading the mud away, so we'll get the mud down the side. We'll see if this pipe is actually running. If it isn't, we need to dig that down, then we can actually put that mud into here. So, but they've trimmed my tree. I think it's more about getting the coconuts than doing my trimming. But anyway, yes. Do I have what? A file? As in a paper file or a metal file? A metal file? To file what? Your labouring skills. Okay. Ah. All my coconuts. Beautiful. They good? They're not babies. They're babies. So we need to do this one as well. Oh, in fact, they've pulled already. You had some off here already? No. So these are green, these are yellow. Not too sure what the difference is in taste, but apparently one's sweeter than the other. So we'll have a look at those. We'll trim these back. And also when these trim back, then obviously more growth will come as well. So, awesome. Michael's got it right. He said, if you go up there and cut any more, you're going home. That's right. You need to do some bloody work rather than talking about coconuts. What else needs to be done? I'm not too sure there is anything else going on at the same time. We've obviously got quite a bit going on anyway. So this door is still being sanded down for the next coat, which is the internal bathroom door. But again, in here really isn't a priority. So I was going to put the window in today, but I've been literally stuck on the phone. It's now 12 o'clock, so I don't really want to start the window now with only half a day left. I'd rather leave that until I've got a full day in front of me. And the window man, with regards to the windows here, he's gone quiet on me. So he's obviously now crapping himself. One, because he's not sent a window, which he has to deal with. And he also has to make a new window as well, which I'm sure out of his own pocket he's not too keen to do. Well, unfortunately, that's what we have insurance for. He's going to have to, if he can't afford it, he's going to have to ring his insurer and talk about a competence claim. But anyway, that's where we are so far. In here, I do want to get that framework for the extractor up today as well, which, as you can see, is hanging out of the roof. And this is down here waiting for the work to be done. The guys did put the framework together, but I want them focusing on getting the actual ceiling done today. So I might actually get that so I can try and get that myself. The first thing I need to do, I think, is just cut the plasterboard back and establish what wood we put in there so we can try and fix it. But we do need to think about the fixings themselves. I think we probably need to use something bigger than just normal screws. The construction screws are pretty good for that. It might be okay. So I'll dig out and have a quick look. Anyway, apart from that, we're pretty much done. So obviously it's only 12 o'clock. I'm sure the guys will go to lunch soon, so I'll check in with you a bit later. Okay, we're at 25 past 1. A quick look at what's going on. We had a few issues on the electrical side, and as much as some of the conduits have been blocked up. So the one behind me here, where the light is going to be for the driveway, apparently there's concrete down the conduit, so they can't get the cabling through. And they got the same problem in the power, just on this wall here in the garage. And unfortunately, that is the socket that feeds all 4 sockets in the garage, 5 sockets even. So apparently they're going to have to now take it through the garage, through the basement, and then around the back of the building, which is an absolute pain in the ass. So I don't know if there's anyone got any great ideas about how to try and unblock conduit that might have something down there, i.e. they reckon it might be concrete. So how the hell do you get concrete broken down so you can actually get a cable shoved through? But anyway, in the meantime, they've started opening up all the light channels on the ceiling, and they're pulling cable through as we speak. So So in here we're going to have 3 across here, 3 across here, 3 across here, and then there's a row of lights through the back quarter as well. But here's where the main issue is. This is the one at the moment they can't get. They can get one set of cables through, but they can't get it through the others. So that one there feeds this one, and these 2 here, as well as the 5th one that's over there. So at the moment it's looking like we're going to have to use the conduits in the floor that are coming from the main building. So we're going to have to come through here underneath the ground, out the outside, along with the conduit, through down through this track here, and then come up and through the back of the actual socket itself. So not ideal. The guys obviously are placing the 1.5 by 1.5 2x4s up on the ceiling, 24-inch centered. Sherman's over there sanding down the door and painting doors. The top step has been done and we're keeping it wet so it doesn't crack. Fingers crossed that'll work. I am trying to look at getting the extractor housing fitted, but at the moment I have somebody in there in the kitchen doing stuff, so I can't get there at the moment. I've also chased the plumber because the plumber still hasn't done the second drain up on the roof, which means we can't cut back the gutters and get them all sealed in and finished off. So it's another job being held up. And whilst that's being held up, we also can't then coat the garage roof with the rubber paint. So a little bit of a pain in the ass really. So I've just chased him up now. He said he's going to come this evening, stroke tomorrow. We need the gutter for the garage sorted out, and we also need the patio drain connected up out the wall as well. They're the 2 things we need done sooner rather than later. Yeah, other than that, it's a reasonably slowish morning so far. I mean, obviously we are at 1:30. We've also got a labourer that's not come back from lunch, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. So he's late. And we're all doing enough lunch here at the moment as well. So I've said to them, we're going to cut that down next week. We've done like 10, 11 minutes of our lunch breaks. It's ridiculous. This is construction. People don't take an hour for lunch. So I'm going to reduce it as of next week, I think. Because by the time they come back, they're already in lunch mode and it takes them a while to get back into it again. So I'm going to cut it down to half an hour, I think. But anyway, that's me having a little moan. I'll check in a bit later on. I'm sure things will change and I'll update as it goes. Okay, so we're 3:45. Guys are tidying up. We got some batten on the ceiling, but the ceiling is very bowed up, not down, thank God. It's still bowed up, which means we're going to have to loosen them all off at some stage once they're done, put a line across, and then with some 2x2s, obviously lower them down, cut them to length, and screw through so they're creating like an L junction. The electricians have actually got all the cabling through, which is good, as you can see up above. So now I have cables hanging down everywhere. The first part of the step has been done. Again, we've been keeping it wet all day today just to make sure it doesn't crack like everything else. As you can see, a few cracks are starting to appear here. But that's the top element done already, and then we'll get the rest of them done over the next couple of days. But anyway, they'll look a lot better, especially once we've actually got some paint on them. I know everyone doesn't agree, but it's the cheapest options at the moment to make them look good. So we'll get that done for now, and then we'll look at the material. The composite decking, unfortunately, to get square composite decking in packs of 49 for the US, it's 3,600 to 3,800 a pack. And I've worked out, in order to do the steps and the pathway all the way around the house, it's going to be 3 packs. I'm not too sure if that includes the surrounding for the pool. I can't remember. If I remember right, it does include the actual slats I wanted to do on the front of the garage. So I think in total I'm going to need 4 packs. So that would be 4,000 US times 4. So not ideal, but anyway, I'm not too sure we can afford to do that at the present time. So I think we'll start off with getting these done first, the walkway around here done second, and the front of the house done third, and then with the pool and everything else can wait till last. A quote through from Fernando, which is this new stuff called Slider Creek we've been talking about. It works out to do the pool. Bear in mind, our pool is 16 foot by 38 foot internal. It works out around about 4,000 US, which isn't too bad. It's about the same sort of price as Diamond Bright, and Diamond Bright, obviously, as you can appreciate, it's got a 10-year shelf life. There's a lack of it around the world at the moment, so there's a shortage, yeah, you're quite restricted. So there's quite a process to put it on. So I think I'm probably going to go with him. If he can get it into the country for me in 2 weeks, like he said he can, I think I'm going to go with that, and then potentially that might be another product we can actually create, certainly from an availability point of view on the island. So I think I'm definitely going to do that. It did quote another surface product for the pool surround, the bit of it, obviously, as you come out the pool, the flat surface, but it puts the rate up to about 8,000 odd, which I could do without at the moment. So I think it's going to work out the same to do with decking, so I'd rather do the decking rather than that stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much where we are with that. I couldn't get most of the stuff that I wanted to do inside the house today because the electricians had my ladders, they had all sorts. So one of the bugbears of tradespeople turn up with their own stuff, they use yours, then you can't do any work. So that's been a bit of a pain in the backside today. But anyway, hopefully we can crack on tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to try and get potentially the extractor done if I can. I want the guys to finish the battening on the actual roof in here. But as I say, you can see from here just about now, see there's a real bowing in the wood. So we're going to have to bring that, we're going to have to let that off, pull a line right across from one side to the other. Also from the front as well, as we get across in the middle. And then we're going to have to lower them down, or we're going to have to put some struts on it, cut them to length and then screw through to try and get a solidness into the actual roof. And then obviously then we can screw back up again and try and tighten them. So that's probably the best way to do it. I suppose the benefit is it's not sagging, it's actually going up for once. So it does mean that obviously in the middle of the actual roof itself, rather than being about 6.5, 7 inches of concrete, we're probably 5.5. But anyway, it is what it is. And that we're pretty much done for the day. Can't wait to see the arse of these guys today. They've been a pain in the bloody backside. But anyway, it is construction. So I'll check out for now. Like and subscribe before I leave. Fill me with some comments like you have been doing, and I will check in with you bright and breezy tomorrow. Thank you.